Hello. Hi. This is Laurel with the Dabbling Hook. How are you? Having some mushroom coffee. I'm not a regular coffee person. I'm a tea drinker. But supposedly this adaptogenic blah 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 mushroom coffee is supposed to be good for the system and helping the gut and all that, so I'm giving it a try. I despise regular mushrooms, like in a meal. Ooh, the texture, the look, all that, no, but I can handle the coffee. So cheers. What are we gonna do? I am going to add what am I gonna add? Clips I took before my last craft fair, which was beginning of June. I did that before the Seasonal Yarny YouTube hop video. That was all done before that. But I recorded stuff, I think, the day or two before the fair, because I was just in making mode and I had a bunch of stuff. So the angle won't be the best, because I was at my table again, just trying to get it all in. And then I'll be back and I will be talking about how the fair went. So enjoy. Hello. This is Laurel with the Dabbling Hook. And I have a lot of things to show you guys. Well, a lot of makes, a lot of amigurumis, as I've been on an amigurumi kick lately. So I have a craft fair. What's today? Today's Wednesday, the 5th. Yes, I think it's the 5th. Anyway, today's Wednesday, and I have a craft fair on Friday. No, Saturday. It's breezy and a warm day, and I'm near the window and over that way, and the wind is blowing and the stuff is blowing on the deck, so hopefully it doesn't come through too loud. Anyway, all this to say, I have a craft fair on Saturday, and I've been making a lot of stuff, and I haven't recorded any clips, so this is another effort to show you guys before I pack it all up for Saturday. Anyway, hi, welcome to any new subscribers, and for all you OGs, again, thank you for hanging around. Okay, there'll be lots of stops and starts. Probably won't even notice it because I will try to edit. Having said that, where shall we start? Let's see. You're seeing things over here, but you know, I try to move it out as best as possible. So we will start with elephants. I made 4. I think I made 4. Nope. I made 5. Here, let's see if I can move this out of the way a little. So this is a pattern from Instagram. It's a free pattern. I will, with this video, I will do my best to remember to put all the links below when I edit, but I may forget some things because I've just been making stuff, and there's quite a bit, and I've got a lot going on, so other than the craft fair, so I may or may not get around to that, just FYI. But I will do my best to remember to either put it on the screen, the pattern name, so you can go search it on Instagram, or try to remember to put the link. Alright, having said that, this is the No-So Elephant, and it's a free Instagram pattern. So most of these were made out of, no, 3 of these were made out of Chenille Home Slim, 1 is Bernat Blanket, and 1 is the Dollar Tree. So this is the, I think it's the mustard color. I gave this one a smile. I didn't put a smile on most of them. I like putting smiles on my amigurumis, but I didn't go crazy this time around, I think. But anyway, I think this is the only elephant I gave a smile. So there's the smile. Chenille Home Slim, I think the color is mustard. I have no idea, but and so yeah, that's one. One of them I made the trunk a little longer. I think it was this one, just a tad, a couple of rounds longer. I think it was that one. And then I had a little bit of the gold left, and I started off with that, and I just finished it with this. I have no idea what this colorway is, but there's that one. And then I had, oh, Minion 2's coming down, so I'm gonna have to pause. He had to come get his allergy pills. Anyway, so this one I had scraps. I had scraps basically. I had a little bit left of this pink. I think you'll see this color in something else I did. I think it didn't, yeah, an axolotl. So I used that, and a little bit of the gray that I had left, and I'm not sure if I had used all of this one at the time, the green, and then I used the rest for this. I think I did use the rest of the green and then kept on with this green. So these were the greens I had bought for the mallards that I made. So I'm all out of the green, and I had bought a new skein of this green here that I still have a little bit left. But anyway, so yeah, this is a scrappy one. Oh, excuse me. All no-so. You pick up afterwards and you do the ears. So that's number 3. Number 4 is Bernat blanket. I forget what the colorways are of these, but I like these. But I only bought, I think, 1 or 2. But yeah, this is one of the Bernat blanket ones. And this is one of the newer, softer ones, so it's a little smaller, slightly smaller. And then this is the Dollar Tree doubled in purple. The Dollar Tree near me, I have 3 Dollar Trees near me that that carry yarn, and 2 of them never have a good stock. And this one Dollar Tree that usually has a good stock, the colors go really quickly. So when I saw that, I got it. And I went back, and one of the colorways is already gone. But anyway, yep, this is Dollar Tree. This one has the sinker eyes, which is not very sunken, because I think I'd mentioned a while back I bought a big bag of sinker eyes, and I guess I was gonna say I didn't pay attention, but that's not it. When it came with flat backs instead of the bowl-shaped eyes to make it sink. So yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I put glue on the back side of this and on the back of the washer that I ended up using. But I have a whole bag full of different sizes, but with the wrong washer, and I've been searching high and low, and I can't find that cup washer just by themselves. So if anybody knows where I can get that, I've searched AliExpress, Temu, Amazon, scoured Amazon, and just general internet search, and I cannot find just the washers for the sinker eyes type. So if anybody knows, help a yarny out. Okay, so those are the elephants, and then I'm gonna try to go with things that are closest. So I was watching we're flooded with market vlogs right now, and it's really great because you get to see what works for people, their setups and all that stuff. So those videos are really popular. And somebody did a vlog. They were at the market, and they had capybaras, and it was very popular for that person. And I've seen it and wondered about the capybaras, but I've never made one. So I'm like, why not? So I searched, and this one is it's pretty big. Let's see. I'll do that. It's a pretty big one compared to, let's say, the elephant. It's huge because it is really a pattern for it's done in worsted weight. And it's a smaller one. And I was going to say it's a keychain, but I don't think it's a keychain. It's just done in worsted weight. And because I did it in Chenille Home Slim, it is quite mammoth compared to the YouTube tutorial. So this is a YouTube tutorial. I want to say it might have even been a keychain, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I did that one. This one, I can't remember if you had to pick up and crochet the ears in. I couldn't remember, but you do have to sew in the legs, and that's pretty much the only thing you really have to sew in, other than embroidering the eyes and the nose. So yeah, that one. And then I went and I did a search for free patterns first, and which is why I came across the I did it on YouTube, and there were quite a few, and it wasn't, you know, not all of them drew me in. But this shape one, as you can see, they don't sit up. And one, it's because it's kind of top heavy, the way the shape is, and I think the front could have benefited from the baubles being a little bigger. That way it would keep it up higher and keep it there. I'm tempted to, no, I was going to say tempted to take it out, but I don't want to do that and damage it. But yeah, it wobbles. This one is a YouTube tutorial as well, I believe. Yes, this one may have been the keychain, I'm not sure, but anyway, YouTube tutorial, this shape opposed to this one that's more distinct look to it. Okay, so I'm not sure how I feel about that one, and especially because it's doing this. And then I purchased two patterns just to see what the difference is. Now, these look very similar to this shape. This one has a longer snout, I guess, facial feature. Same thing, but happening worse with the not staying up. And I followed the pattern. Usually I modify patterns, but I followed the pattern to a T. Well, I followed it to a T the second time around. First time around, can you see the face? This one's looking at you quizzically, like, huh? What'd you say? Huh? Well, this one's looking pretty much straightforward. In the pattern, and this is a paid for pattern off Etsy. In the pattern, I totally missed it because, you know, I think I know what I'm doing and I just rushed ahead. But it tells you to slip stitch to join. The whole pattern is slip stitch to join, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Or when I made the first one, I just assumed, you know, it was the normal spiral. This is what happens with this. You get like the twisted look if you don't slip stitch to join. So I think I pretty much followed the slip stitch to join through the head portion, and it made it straighter when I did it the second time. You can see the difference looking at you. So that kept the head straight. So FYI, if I remember to put the pattern below and you happen to purchase it, follow the slip stitch to join at least through, you know, all the way through the neck to keep it straight, and then you can spiral after that. I think you may have to adjust where the legs go. My other suggestion is make the front baubles bigger. That way it has more of a height and it stays upright. Otherwise it does that, which is very annoying. Very annoying. I am tempted to just get yarn and just wrap it around to make it a little bigger, because that bugs me. But yeah, so that's another version. So that's version 3. And then I also purchased this one. This is the one I saw on the person's video that they had at the market, and it called to me, and I wasn't going to buy it because I tried all these. I tried a couple of free versions, and then I'm like, nah, let me just see what it's like. This one looks simple. There's a lot of shaping that happens here, so I like this one. I may, if I do it again, or when I do it again, make the body just a little bit longer, just for my preference. But whereas I wanted a bigger front legs, paws, whatever in the front, this one, it's not even touching. It's not even touching down because the head is so low. And again, I pretty much followed it to a T. So there's that one. So 4 versions of the capybara. This one, the Etsy pattern, you can buy this one. This is the baby one. You can buy it individually. There's also a bigger one you can buy individually, or you can buy it as a package. I thought of buying a package, but then I didn't want to have to make another because it looked pretty big. I didn't want to have to make something this big. So I just got the little one, and I think it'll do. Yep. All right, capybaras. Next. Dragons. This is another free Instagram pattern for a baby dragon. Ever since I made that dragon by Knots and Loops and Knots Crochet here on YouTube, I've wanted to make a couple more. So I looked for a free one, and I think I saw this on somebody else's video that came up. So, again, free Instagram pattern, and it is all no-sew. You pick up on the body and then you crochet the wings in. So again, this is, what is it? The Michaels Chenille Home Slim in brown. This is the brown I bought for the mallard. I still have a bit left. And I think in the pattern there's a picture with this being a different color, but I think the main pattern doesn't tell you to change color. So I just, looked at the pattern and just did it myself. Change the color. And it does tend to, it's not exactly in a straight line. So you may have to figure out how to adjust the spacing, because this one I tried in some roving type yarn, and it definitely went off center, way off. And because of that, when I was doing the wings, I didn't pay attention, and it's also off center. So again, a little misfit, a little character. So there's that. This will definitely be in like the $5 bin because of all of that. Chenille Home Slim again, trying to use up what I have, and making the bumps or spikes is what this is supposed to be, making it stand out. This one doesn't have any airs though, so I think if I were to make it again, I may just put in airs myself, just based on other patterns I've seen. But I like that it's small and it's quick. It's all no-sew. So yeah, you can see opposite colors. And then I did one, this was the first one I think I did, and I did it all in the same color, the spikes, and to me it just didn't stand out. So I just took some of this blanket yarn and just feed it through, just to make it stand out a little. So yeah, Chenille Home Slim with just a little Bernat blanket to make the bumps or the spikes stick out. Then I had some more of this yarn that I'm trying to use up, and I finally used up all of this. This has been with me for a bit, and I've used it in quite a number of projects. This was a Michael bonus bundle on clearance blanket type yarn. And again, I made it all in the same color, and because it didn't stand out so much, I just took some of the eyelash yarn and gave it a little dimension. Okay, so those are dragons. Push it, hoping nothing falls off the table. All right, what's next? I've seen these the hanging car things, and I think it's cool because I do have an octo, a mini octo hanging in on my car window. Well, I had one. Now I have a little tiny wind chime that I made out of embroidery thread hanging from my window, but I used to have an octo. So I thought this was a cool idea. This is a YouTube tutorial that I followed. Just a little duck. So you can pretty much, once you do the tutorial, you can pretty much turn anything into a hanging, a little hanging thing. This one had you tie. Ooh, and I still need to, I need to burn it to keep this from fraying. But this one had you tie. So the bird on a swing. I ended up, no, I thought I made another one, but I didn't. But what I did, like I said, once you make it once, you can figure out how to turn anything into a hanging one. So I turned my octo. I made a mini octo and I turned it into hanging octos. And this one isn't tied. I just did the chain. When I finished, I think in the pattern they have you attach the yarn and chain and do whatever. I didn't do that. When I finished, I just chained from there as long as I wanted it, fastened off, and then threaded through, and then I kept a little bit of a tail, and then I attached it on one end, so it's more seamless without a tie. So yeah, 2 great use of scrap yarn. You can make little hanging whatevers. So, and there's a third one I made for Minion 3, which is Minion 1's girlfriend. I made her a little one as well. And she has it hanging. I think she put it in her car already. But yeah, hanging octos, hanging duck, or chick, or whatever it's supposed to be. I think a duck. All right. I showed the mallards last time. This is it a duck? This was a YouTube tutorial, I think. I can't remember. One is a YouTube tutorial. They're different. So one was a YouTube tutorial and one was an Instagram free pattern. I had leftovers of these two, so I just decided to do the coloring that way. This one, for some reason, the way the mouth came out, that wasn't intentional, and it just worked that way. And there's something about it. It's just, the eyes are farther apart, so it's odd looking, and the mouth makes it look like it's an actual mouth. I don't know. It's calling to me for some reason, and I don't know why. But I can't remember which is the, I think this is the Instagram. It's another baby mallard pattern I just made big, and this was the Instagram, the YouTube one, I believe. So there are these two, and then that Bernat blanket yarn, I made that one, and I know there was another one. I probably didn't bring it over, or maybe not, but anyway. Ooh, I meant the mallard. So I just made, I used the duck pattern and made this one. No, I think this is this one. Are we confused yet? Yep. This is the Instagram pattern. So the mallard. It's pretty similar to the other mallards, which is another free Instagram baby mallard pattern, but the wings are done a little differently on this one. So, and I think I like this one, the way this one happens better. So yeah. That's those. Not sure if I don't think I showed these, but axolotls, they were popular last year. People still recognize them, but they're not selling as they used to, so I'm holding off on making any more than what I have left over. And then these. So this is honestly, I make so many of them, I don't remember where. I think this was an Instagram free pattern. Yeah. And it's just, there's fluff everywhere from the Dollar Tree. This is the Dollar Tree yarn as well as the Michaels one. But yeah, so this is Chenille Home Slim and what do you call it? The Dollar Tree yarn, because I ran out of that. Yep, I ran out of the pink, so I did it in that, and I ran out of the purple at the time. This elephant was a new one I'd gotten, but I'd run out of the little ball that I had for this, so I just used some pink. So yeah, makes it different. I'm trying to make those scraps work for me. This is about to turn off on me, so. All right, and then this one is from Loops and Knots Crochet. She has a little no-sew axolotl, baby axolotl pattern that I followed, and I tried doing the eyes. So I was going to change it, but I'm leaving it. But yeah, the little one, this was a little difficult because of how tiny it is. It was a little difficult to work, but pretty much the same. Ooh, Minion 2's coming again. You leaving? Mm-hmm. Bye. Yeah, so that's that one. Easy, simple. I just wanted to give it a try. I have notes, because I've made so many of these. I have notes on what I like, what I don't like, and I have to find it. I don't know where. I wrote it in a notebook and I can't find it, but I know I took notes on what I liked in an axolotl pattern. So pretty much made it my own, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, loops and knots crochet. All right, and then I had scraps. So yeah, I just made the mallard in the scraps that I had. So this one is this pattern here. But because of the yarn, this is the Dollar Tree yarn held single. It just came out really round. But yeah, trying to use up those scraps. So is that. And then last night or the night before, either Monday or Tuesday night, Sharon Ayala, she used to be on YouTube a lot, amigurumi. She was one of the first amigurumi people I followed and watched and all that. And she was gone for a while. I think it's probably almost 2 years she was gone. She was gone for a while, came back briefly in a video where I think her mom was in it off to the side, and then she was gone again for a bit. But she just posted a video, I think either Monday or Tuesday. And it's for one of her patterns that she's had on YouTube that I think she was just remaking. So it was for a bear. And I've been meaning to make just a teddy bear, and I haven't done one of those in a while. So I decided, I'll just follow along with hers. And for some reason, it's just not the time. Because I decided not to make it. So I started with doing the head. And her pattern's free on her blog, but she has the pattern available for purchase on Etsy. So I was following along with the blog because I've made it before a couple of times, but I wasn't feeling making the bear at that time. So I went and I bought. Was it Monday? I went to Joann's. I went looking for something in particular, and of course, you go to yarn section, and they had some yarn on clearance. So they had some Bernat blanket on clearance, and it was the old blanket because, yeah, you can tell that sturdiness of it. So this is like a pink in sparkle. I also bought a yellow sparkle that I haven't used yet, like a gold sparkle. I haven't used yet. But while I was making it, I decided that no, I want to use up this skein I just bought. I don't want it to sit there. I haven't made a lovey because the one I made for part of the Make 9 sold at my last craft fair. So I'm like, I'll just turn her bear into a lovey. I'll make it and turn it into a lovey. Well, I made the head pretty much, and I think I was, because it's much bigger, because hers is in worsted weight, I think I stopped 1 or 2 increases short. But what I didn't do is account for not increasing the head as much as her pattern. I didn't account for it for the ears, so let's see if I can show you. The ears is huge on there, like floppy huge. As I was saying, my setup here is, as you can tell, on the table, and my little tabletop tripod can't handle the weight of my my camera. It was very makeshift, which is why the angle is very odd. But anyway, what was I saying? I didn't account for not increasing as much for the ears, so it's got floppy ears. Basically, I started with the head, I made the muzzle, and I went from there on my own. And I did follow the arm pattern. I should have made this a little shorter as well, but I followed her arm pattern up to here, up to the thumb. And the thumb, she has you attaching on after the fact, but I just did it all in one. So I sort of followed her more of the picture. I gave the arm, or I gave the hand a thumb, but I did it as I went instead of attaching yarn after the fact. And hers obviously is a short arm. I made it longer. So both the hands have thumbs. And then I made the legs, and I used, the Friendly Red Fox uses double crochets for this to be able to tie, I guess, the legs, but I used extended single crochets instead. I was trying to conserve yarn for one, but I didn't like the looseness of the double crochets, which probably works in its favor, but I didn't like it. So I used extended single crochet, and I followed, I think, her Sharon Ayella's legs up to here, and then I just did the rest myself. And because I knew I was going to run out of yarn by the time I finished the leg, I wouldn't have had enough to make like a chunkier body. I made it up to here, then I pulled back because I was definitely running out of yarn, and then I did my decreases. I should have decreased a little here, a little more, but basically, I hope this shows. Yeah, I just decreased a little rapidly, and it's a shorter neckline, and I did have to sew it on, but I think, if I do say so myself, I did a really good job sewing it, because you can hardly tell that it was separate, and I sewed it on like really, really tight. I think I went around twice sewing it. And then again, I tried embroidering eyes. I need to work on the whole, I can embroider like the lashes and that type eye, but I have to work on doing a better job with the overall eye. It'll take practice, but I'll get there. But yeah, it's supposed to be a teddy bear, but I don't know what it looks like. With the ears, it's like very foxy, the big ears, and I don't know what it looks like, but it's a lovey. So one whole skein, I think I have like this much left of the yarn, because I decreased more rapidly. I ended up with maybe, I think, 24 inches of yarn left, but I just bought and I just used, so it's not hanging around. So one lovey down. Okay, I'm gonna have to get up and get more stuff, but this is another pattern I saw in somebody's video, and I'm like, ooh, that's so cute. I wanted to do the stingrays, but I didn't want to have to do the two separate pieces and crochet them together. I've done the what is her name, Rose and Lily one. I've done that. I've done a couple of those, I think more than a couple last year, and those went pretty well, but I wanted a little less work. I still want to try the Teresa's crochet shop one that's on YouTube. I want to try that one. I know Kim has made it and a few other people have made it, but I ran across this, and I forget whose video I saw it on, and I made it, and to say I got a little obsessed. I made like 16 of them in a day. Obsessed. Okay. Look at this. It's ridiculously adorable. Now, this one looks questionable with the eyes, again, embroidering, but it's just freaking cute. Look. And I was just using up all the small balls that I had. This one is in blue. I think I finished up this blue, and I ran out. No, I didn't run out. At the time, I ran out of the white I was using, so I just use this. So I think it gives it a little bit of interest. So that's two. Then I did this one. This is the Dollar Tree double, the mint and the lime doubled, with some of the Bernat blanket underneath here. It's just freaking adorable. It works up quick. The lime with white, the lime with white. This one has the sparkly blue eyes. This one just has black eyes. It's so cute. If you want a quick project for, you know, like your $5 bin, or even your $10 bin, because I use the Dollar Tree yarn single, and look at what you get. You could turn these into like keychains, versus this is the Dollar Tree doubled versus the Dollar Tree singled. Single. Whoops. It's just so cute. I don't even remember the name. Stingray, baby stingray, no-sew stingray, I think it's what it's called. It's on Instagram. It's just adorable. This was, I had this in a bag. I go to a yarn meetup weekly, and I have a bag that's got like balls of scraps in it, and it's got a lot of fluff on it. Yeah, I think I was making like a what do you call it? I forget what I was making, but I had a small ball, and there you go. Look at the fiberfill. It's just ridiculously cute. Again, this yarn that's been in so many projects, but I finally used it all up with some of the, so this is the Joann's, the big twist, and then Bernat blanket underneath. Bernat blanket. How cute. Highly, highly, highly recommend this little pattern. You can get creative with your colors. Doesn't always have to be white on the bottom. But yeah, it's just, this yarn has been with me for a while. It's been in many projects, many leggy froggies and all kinds of projects, and I think I finally used it all up as well. This one for some reason, this and that, I for some reason this yarn colorway I like. There's that one. So both of these have this has a green, and this is like a light blue, light bluish green color eyes. And then the mint, and then like I said, scraps. So I had a little bit of mint left, a little bit of the lime left, and then I had a small ball of this, I think this is mango, or I forget what it's called, but yeah, scraps. It's awesome. I absolutely highly recommend this pattern. All right, I have more. I need to put this aside because all this needs to get price tagged for, good Lord, for Saturday. Okay, I need to go get more stuff. Yes, there is more. Okay, the crowd on the table has gotten worse. I had to pull out my bag of stuff that's already been tagged, but I didn't videotape. So, all right, let's see if I can grab the ones that were already tagged. I made some turtles. I made turtles. I'm running out of room. Things are gonna start falling. I made turtles. There's one more. There's two more. I made turtles. Okay, first, mini turtle. I had, again, small balls of leftovers in my bag, and I just decided to make mini turtle. These are the ones that, you know, I just whipped up. And then I bought yarn, which I shouldn't have. I went to Michael's just to look. You know what happens when you just go to look. And no, I got an email that they had some things on clearance, and something was like 99 cents, but they were totally out. They didn't have any at my store. I should have known. But they had these $5 skeins of Sweet Snuggles, the variegated colored ones. So I bought a blue, pink, and this green and yellow. Yeah, so I decided, what am I going to do with it? It's just there. And again, I buy it thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, but then it ends up sitting, doing nothing in the stash. So I decided to make turtles. So nice, big, squishy, fluffy turtles. So I used the pink as the base and the yellow and green as the shells for this one. So it's a pretty chunky size. So this is the mini, and then my normal ones are probably, let's see, they're about the same size, but this one is definite. This is a number 7 yarn, and these are number 6 yarns. So, but yeah, I made the pink and green of that one, and then I used the blue and the green. I hope you guys can see this, but my tripod doesn't go any higher. So there's that one, and then I had a little left. Well, no, not that I had a little left. I made other things first, and I had scraps left, so I made this size turtle. So if you look at this and one of the smaller turtles that I make. So this is with the chenille home slim. So there's this one. This is a good little one size. I swear I'm gonna have so many videos to splice together. My home phone rings, and the only people that call us are telemarketers, and I swear soon I'm gonna have to get rid of the landline. Well, we're holding off. Anyway, so this one, I made one of the bobble ones, but with the number 7 yarn, so it came out a good size. So just keeping with the turtles. And I didn't follow any specific patterns, just bits from all the patterns that I've made, and knowing what they're like and what I like. Pretty much, I just made my own, which again, they're all pretty much the same, same style. But yeah, this is that yarn that I showed on the little stingrays. I like this colorway for some reason. But yeah, trying to use up my chenille home slim that I had in gray. I was going to use this for the body of the turtle, but then I decided to do it this way instead, that this would give it a little more oomph with the sparkly eyes. So there's this one. Oh, I did the opposite. You can say. And this is just slightly smaller because the Bernat is a little bigger. But yeah. There's that one. And then, again, this yarn that's been there forever, I decided to use my last cake that I had is what started off all the other little projects I used to make this one. And I have these eyes, so I decided to, because this was so busy, I decided to give it a little more interest with this type of eyes. So, and then some of the green that I had and some of the rest of the gray I used and just made it stripy. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's the turtles, but with the Sweet Snuggles yarn, this is a pattern that I bought from Toy Story Patterns AU on Etsy. Our patterns have been on sale forever. They're like 60, 70, they're anywhere from 50 to 70% off. And I think when I bought these, they were like at either 60 or 70% off. So they were like $1 something for the patterns. So I bought, this was when I think Kim, again, Crafty Nomad, had enabled, and I'd seen it on her video, and I went and I bought like $20 worth of patterns from this person. So a few of them are part of my Make 9, and I'm determined to at least make one out of excuse me, each of the patterns that I bought. So this is a no-sew puppy. What's it called? I think it's called a keychain puppy, but obviously if you make it in a, sorry, my height isn't there for you to see. If you make it in a bigger size yarn, then you get a regular size pattern, all no-sew. So I did the blue. Did I make a pink? I did make a pink. So I used the blue again with the yellow and green as the accent, and then I did a pink with the yellow and green with the accent. So yeah. So boy, girl, whoever. A little something for everybody. And then I try to reverse it, but I didn't have enough of the yellow and green to do one with the pink center, so we have this one. So I got 3 out of those 3 balls, 3 skeins of yarn. I got 3 turtles and 4 puppies. 3 puppies. So yeah. Does it look like a puppy? It looks more like a teddy bear to me, but the ears are supposed to make it puppy-like. But anyway, there it is. Alright, what else? Keeping with this yarn, I made, this is what I used it first for, to make these These I just winged, again, after making a couple. I knew what I wanted to look like. The tutorial I first followed, these were done separately. I don't do it separately. They're all part of, my little button, they're all part of, I pick up the free loop and do it instead of doing a separate thing and sewing it on. So as little sewing as I can do. And then I have these big eyes with the backing, the multicolor backing. I want to try painting my own eyes. I've watched a couple, what's her name? Bunny, something Bunny. Her channel is something Bunny, but she paints with epoxy, a pre-mix epoxy, and I like the look of those, but I wanted to give it a try, but I didn't want to start something else, so, but I'm tempted. But anyway, yep, squid. And the tutorial I had mentioned that I followed, she did only 6 of these tentacles, but I do 8. And then the long ones in the middle. And then I ran out of that. And so I lied. I think I did the turtles first with this colorway. And then I used the rest for the squids, and I ran out. I knew I wasn't going to have enough for the tentacles, so I did the tentacles in black. And then what I had left, I just made the little center ones out of. So yeah. Yep, with sparkly purple eyes. Again, that didn't have the backing, the sinker backing, so I made sure I glued behind the front piece and the back piece when I put them in. Yeah. Alright. What else? Dinos. I did Triceratops. This is by Louis Loops. You guys have all seen these. I'm sure it's a very popular pattern, and I thought I did more than that. I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. Yep. Dollar Tree. I don't know why that one came out so much smaller. Oh, because I was running out of pink. This is doubled Dollar Tree, and because I was running out, I did it with just, I held it with a worsted weight, so it's a little smaller. But yeah. Louis Loop, or Club Crochet, is he Club Crochet on YouTube? It's Club Crochet, also Louis Loops on Instagram. But this is his pattern. I don't do his horns. He chains 2 and single crochet in the first, and he fastens off, and then he ties them on. That's a little too much work. So I just whip stitch these on instead. Yep, and if you do it in the lighter yarn, then use a chunkier yarn to get more of a beefy looking horn-ish stuff. So yeah, those are the Triceratops. Dragons, this is an Instagram pattern. Let's see. I'm trying not to have my thing fall. Instagram pattern. My precarious setup. So I made 4. Again, this yarn that's been in so many projects, because that extra bundle. But yep, these 2 are chenille Home Slim, and I used the green for both of their spikes, as well as this one, which is the Dollar Tree, and I used the green as well with spikes. And then of course this variegated yarn, I needed a little more interest, so I used some Fun Fur. Yep. Alright. Oh, it was 5, not 4. I latte with some, this is one of the Red Hearts, I forget which one that is, the stripes. I think this is the retro stripe, but just it uses so little that this is how it came out, but held with latte, so you get all the fuzzies, but it's so tiny. I forget what size. I think I used a 4mm hook with these. But yeah. And did I mention this is an Instagram? No, yes, an Instagram free pattern. No sew. All right, I think I'm coming to the end of what I have. I've been meaning to make this for a while, and been seeing a lot of people make these. It's been I've had it saved in my free folder on Instagram for a while. I used to make hippos more regularly, but I haven't in a while. But I think Kim, again, you, and I saw it on a couple other people's videos, but I made one out of the Chenille Home Slim. Again, the sinker eyes that are not sunken, so I had to add, I think I added a E6000, E7000 glue to these to make it extra secure. I was thinking of taking the green yarn and just doing a circle around it, but I don't want, this is too cute the way it is, so that's that hippo. This one, again, Toy Story Patterns AU on not YouTube, on Etsy. It's one of the patterns I bought, and I finally made it. I bought it last December, I think, and I finally got around to making it. And my only thing is the muzzle. I did not shape it because it should have been a little wider. But and this is the Bernard blanket in the cake. I don't think it's dappled. Is it dappled? I'm not sure what the colorway is, but yeah. So that is, I think I went from the outside in because I wanted to start with the lighter color. I took out the, no, I started from the outside, but there was a little bit of darker color, this, so I wound it off, and then just so I could start it, most of it with the lighter color, and then I picked up just for accent. I took back the little portions that I wound out, and I made the made these. In the pattern, you're supposed to like do the crochet, the 2, 3, and then crochet back into it, and then tie it onto here. I didn't bother. I just picked up the stitch here, and I did the same thing that she was asking for, except instead of tying it on, I just crocheted it on. The same with the ears. I should have made the ear, the same with the ears. I should have made the ears a little further down, but hey, gives a character, right? Right. So yeah, can't see it all, but, and I think, nope, almost last but not last. I made, same Toy Story, the $20 worth of pattern. She had another elephant. She had an elephant, and I just made this up pretty much yesterday and last night. So I'm gonna see, hopefully my camera doesn't fall. There she is. You leave a gap for the trunk, and then you come back and you crochet it on. And the limbs, you're supposed to do that to make it movable. You're supposed to do the long thing in between. I'm always leery about that, especially using yarn. You know, if a kid is grabbing it and moving around, I'm leery that the yarn will fray over time and break. So I just stitch them on regularly. The leg as well, when I stitched it on, it was flared out a bit, so I just tacked them down so that they're more like this. Instead, they were kind of like that. So I tacked them down. It's very subtle. I don't know if you can tell. The color is lighter up. It definitely started lighter up there, and then it graduated and started getting darker here. And then by the time I got to the ears, it was much darker. In the pattern picture, the front pattern picture has the ears like this, folded, but she also has a picture of the ears like open and stitched wide, so they're like, you know, the Dumbo saucers on there. But I figured I'm definitely gonna make this again with the ears open. I have another, I think a dappled, or whatever this colorways are called. I have a like a fall tone color that I'm gonna do it, but this time I'm gonna do the ears open wide. Oh yeah, there's the elephant. And I put the eyes a little too far apart. It should have been at least over here. So I had to try to shape it a little to bring it a little closer, but I still think it gives it a little character. Sorry you can't see it. Well, all right. last for now. Last for now. This is the Mary Makes T-Rex. Her mini dinosaur, which is her spin on, I just realized that the, hope my thing doesn't fall, the face, oops, on this one is more pronounced than with this yarn. It's not as pronounced, it's a little more blunt. Maybe it's the yarn, maybe it's my, maybe it's my stuffing wasn't done properly, but anyway. This is Chenille Home Slim with some of that Bernat blanket yarn that I like, the colorway. I wasn't going to do the stripes because it works up quicker if you don't have to switch yarns, and sometimes I carry the yarn and it becomes a mess because I don't want to cut at each side and, you know, reattach and all that. This one I think I pretty much reattached each side. But yep, that is the Sweet Snuggles Light with, no, Chenille Home Slim with Bernat Blanket. So that's a pretty hefty size compared to that one. They're dancing. So this is the Dollar Tree yarn held single. I think I used a 3.5 millimeter hook. And again, I didn't want to do the stripes, but I have this here because this is the, oh, I could feel the glue that I used. Oh, I'm gonna have to discount this. But this is the sinker eyes that I don't have the proper backing, and when I used the backing that came with it, it was protruding a little too much for me, and I tried gluing it down and it wouldn't stay. So as an alternative, I just took some yarn and I glued it around. Just to give it, I wish I had used a different color. I think it would have looked better, but who knows. I find that when I don't particularly like how a project comes out, it's when people find it more interesting or people tend to like it. So, but this one I'm definitely going to have to discount because I could feel all the glue that I tried to fix this with, so boo. Yeah, and I actually like the way this one turned out. But so to give it some interest, because it was just like a big yolk egg, I just took some Bernat Blanket and added the stripes over it. It's not slip stitch, I just wove it in and tacked it down in the middle of each because I had done this first, so I just wanted to tie it in to make it look like it was intentional. So yeah, and she got the crooked smile. So that's the dragon, or not the dragon, the dino. I have one other one from the fall or Christmas time that's in another red one that I still have in my stash. So I have 2, this is 3, and then all the other little different dinos. So yeah, this is adorable though. I'm definitely gonna have to make another one of these. And there is a tutorial on YouTube. I'm pretty sure, yes, there's a tutorial on YouTube for this as well. All right, now I need to go have this stuck, not stuck. Have to jam everything back into my bag, and I thought I'd need 1 extra bag, and I'm gonna need 2 extra bags from all the stuff I need to stop making. Because my craft fair is on Saturday, and right now there's a 40% chance of rain, which will totally stink if that's the case. But anyway, all right, who knows when this will get edited, because there are at least 3 or 4 clips that I have to put together because of interruptions, mine and Minions. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I haven't even photographed some of these to post, so I need to go do that. And I will talk to you guys later sometime. Alright, even though I should stop, there's still things that I am making. And anything doesn't sell now, it'll be ready for fall, so there's that. But this is my last craft fair coming up until September, so. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye. Boo. I so lied. I forgot about the snakes. I made 3 more snakes. It's a good project for the Dollar Tree yarn, by the way. I think I used the 3.5 millimeter. I could go down to a 3.25 probably, but these I just did my own thing. This one's upside down. Have I mentioned I hate snakes? Like, loathe. They're like my stuff of my nightmares. But yeah, this one I just did whatever, and I'm like, oh, I should add a tongue, and I totally forgot to add it until I was like way down here, so I kind of did whatever. So the tongue's in there. So there's this one with the skinnier snout, whatever you call it, for snakes. These are longer than the last ones I made. So there's that one. This was probably about 3/4 of the skein of each one of these, of the Dollar Tree yarn. And if you want to use it all up, you can just keep going. All right, so this one, the snout is not as skinny. There's that, and then the purple. I really like this purple. So yeah. Now, I think this is all for now. Way plenty. My mother-in-law came by yesterday, and even she had to go like, oh my god, because it was all over the place, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So, and I have 3 bins in my garage waiting already, and I have at least that tote I showed before is full to so full it can't close right now, and there's still a whole bunch of stuff over there. So now I'm gonna go. All right, bye guys. Okay, so I hope once I look, once I'm editing this, it's not too close. I'm trying to figure out how to blur background so I can be in a more visible spot when I'm recording, a more conducive spot. So let's hope this works. Anyway, the craft fair. This was one that I had mentioned I had done years ago. I'd done it twice, didn't work out so well, and then I hadn't done it again. So because the one before that had done okay and I still had quite a bit of stock, I decided, why not try the craft fair? So I did, and got set up. Father Minion came, helped me with the tent. Minion 1 and Minion 3, the girlfriend, actually came by. But in the beginning, it was very slow set up, and it was very slow. And I was very concerned, as usual. You know, usually when I go to the craft fairs, especially the indoor ones, there's like a rush of people, so you get that feel of things happening. This one was kind of slow for a bit, and my neighbor to my left and to my right, we were both like, don't know, because the ones to my left, they came from, I want to say Maine. They came from far. I don't do cross states, and they came from far. I think it was Maine, or maybe they were talking about something in Maine. Anyway, they came from far. And then the ones to my right, they weren't local either. They weren't too far, but they weren't local. Anyway, it was slow starting. But then it finally picked up, thank goodness. I sold 90 items, which I totally wasn't expecting. It was a total of 74 transactions, but 90 items total. I use PayPal Zettle. They've changed over the years. They were PayPal, then PayPal here, and then now it's Zettle. I guess they bought Zettle, so that's what I use. And it's not as user-friendly as PayPal here was, as far as, you know, getting to things that sold and getting reports, but I'm working it out. This is just the second season of this. Well, I used it the fall of last year for the first time, so this is the second time through craft fairs I'm using it, or at least going into it to try to pull things out. Anyway, all this to say, I have a list. I was able to download, and then I put things in order. So I have some stars on things, and I can't remember why. I think it's because those are things that I want to remake that I sold pretty well, I think. But the big seller was turtles. I made, and you would have hopefully seen them in the previous clips, I made some bigger ones, but then I freehanded my own mini turtle, and yeah, that was good. So am I gonna go, I'll go through what the higher ones. So turtles. I sold one turtle keychain. I think I only had one, or maybe I had two, but I sold one. I think I only had one, and I sold it. I had two medium turtles, I guess the normal size turtles. I sold both of those. I had two big turtles. Those were ones that I made with the Michael's, what was it? Sweet Snuggles, the number 7 size that was on clearance, which they still have, which I bought, and originally bought 3, used it all up for turtles, and then I just bought 2 again because they were still there for $5. So I sold those 2. Those were my large ones. And then I sold 3 smallish turtles. Those are the ones that are big enough to like fit in the palm of your hands. They were leftovers from the big ones that I made. I used the leftover yarns to make them. And then I sold 7 mini turtles. So turtles were a big hit. So much so that there's a store locally that she buys my octos wholesale. Not a whole lot of them. She usually buys between 16 to 20 of them at a time, and it's usually months in between. She buys 8 of the regular ones that I have the tutorial for, and then the longer ones that I made. So she came by, and I need to restock for her, so I'm working on that. I have all the round ones complete, and I'm halfway through the long ones, but she also wanted my mini turtles, so I have to work on those as well. All right, the next big thing that's sold, dinosaurs. So I had, did I sell all of them? I had mini dinos. I sold 4 of those, and I'm trying to remember. Those were from a tutorial from Instagram, or not a tutorial, a free pattern from Instagram. I'm pretty sure, did I? Hopefully I'll put it down below. I'm pretty sure it's in my last video that I did, that it's listed there as well. But I sold 4 of those. Did I sell all of them? I think I sold all of them. Not sure. No, I think I made 5 and I sold 4. I sold 3 Triceratops, and I think, did I sell them all? I sold more than 3 Triceratops, because I think I pretty much sold everything I had for Triceratops. But I think I forgot to record one. Hopefully, when I'm watching editing, I will see how many Triceratops I had, and I sold all of them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway, and then I sold 2, I have mini dinos. I have small T-Rexes. I did not have 2 small T-Rexes. I had 1. I sold 1 large one. It's a holdover from, I'm trying to remember what T-Rex I sold. I'll have to see. Hopefully, when I'm editing, I'll figure it out. But either way, I sold like 10 dinosaurs. One of the T-Rexes, like I was saying, was from Christmas time. It was a red, as a deep red and green stripes on the back. And this kid was buying it as a present for a friend of his. He was going to a birthday party, and I've listened to him and his mom talking. Are you sure he's gonna like this? And this kid was very, almost nerdish. Kind of vibe to him, and he was telling his mom how his friend likes this, but he thinks he'll like the dinosaur better, and this and that. So it was pretty cool. There were a lot of feelers. Ooh, Sammy the Seal, big seal, still didn't sell, but man, did a lot of people like him. My yarn meetup friends stopped by, and they even took pictures of him with him, but he still didn't sell. So he has one more shot in September, and then he's gone. He needs to be out because I need the space. All right, after that we had Octos. I actually sold 8 Octos. I haven't been selling Octos as much lately, but I sold 8 of them. 3 of the keychain ones that I made, 1 mini one, 1 a regular size one, and 2 a little bigger. I call them medium / special sizes. And then I had a big Octo, not the big, I have a big one that I used like the jumbo size yarn for. That's still there. A couple of people touched it but didn't buy. But this was another one that I've had for quite a bit of time, and it was yay big, kind of. So that's sold. So 8 Octos. And then the next thing, the ducks. I sold 6. I had, let's see, I sold 5 mallards. I think I had 5 or 6. And then that little duck on a swing, that sold. That was quite a pleasant surprise for a lot of people, but that one went pretty early. And the person who bought it was for her daughter picked it out, and I'm glad that when I make them out, I don't make them with 2 separate strings to tie, because no sooner had she walked away and somehow it came undone. So when I make those, I attach the yarn, I just do a long chain, and then I secure it on the other side instead of doing 2 chains and tying it, which is what a lot of people, or at least a tutorial that I had followed first, did that, but I've since changed it. But yeah, 6 ducks, most of them mallards. All right, so axolotls, I sold 3. I had a big one that was a holdover from last year, that sold, and then why does it have 3? My adding was completely wrong. I sold 4 axolotls. 1 mini one, which was a tutorial I followed from Loops and Knots Crochet. I think her name's Sarah, here on YouTube. She's the one who I did the dragon from. So 4 axolotls and not 3. The bees, I sold 2 bees. One was the sitting one from Instagram, and then the other one I just made up, but I used faux fur as the wings, and that sold, which I was very happy to see. The capybaras, I sold 2 of those. I think I had 4 and I sold 2, or I had 5 and I sold 2. And they were all different. The big one, that one, I had 4 and I sold 2. The big one's still there. Let's see, the loaf cats. They were touched a lot, but I sold 4 of those. No, I sold 3 loaf cats and one of the kitties that, it's a YouTube tutorial. It's just a sitting, like a no-sew sitting kitty. I had made last year, last spring, these pouches, spring of 2023. These pouches that you can hook on maybe like your bags, kind of like a backpack buddies, but it opens up and you make them either with like flowers, or the one that sold was like a cat face. Yeah, somebody bought that. She was like a preschool teacher or something. I forget what she said she bought it for. Chickens, I sold 4 chickens. They're still popular, people look at them, but yeah, I only sold 4. Let's see. I sold one of the elephants, the no-sew elephants, which was a Instagram free tutorial, free pattern, not tutorial. And hopefully, if I have time, because this is going to be a long video between the previous clip and this, I'll put pictures of what those were, if I remember. I sold 2 frogs. One was one was a bum frog, and then the other one was just the squat frogs. Leggy Froggies, I sold 5. 3 of them were keychains and 2 were smaller ones. 1 gecko. 1 of the Yodas sold. Let's see. 1 gummy bear. Those were popular last year, but yeah, or the year before, but not so much right now. But who knows? Things cycle. Same with the mushrooms. They're not selling as they used to. People still, when they're sitting there, they look at them, and when I tell them, oh, pull the top, they get like all gobsmacked, but they're not selling as much. So I sold 3 of those. Let's see. I think 2 of those were keychains, and then 1 was a regular one. Owls. I'm pretty sure I'm all out of my owl. Yes, I'm all out of my owls. I had an orange one, which was that Michael's Sweet Snuggles clearance yarn. The one I made out of faux fur, which I sell for a lot more because it's faux fur. Somebody like absolutely loved it. So as much as you get disappointed, I have to remind myself too, you get disappointed that things don't sell. There's that, it's meant for a certain person, and the person who bought it, she just like, she saw it, she just came right at me, and that was that. I had 1 pickle left, and that sold. The thing that I was happiest that sold, it was the faux fur owl, and then the pink snow fox that I made as part of my Make 9, the amigurumi grid, because I have 2 Make 9 grids, way ambitious. 9 shawls, 9 amigurumis. But the snow fox sold. It sold to, it was a grandma and grandpa with the 2 grandkids, and they came around 3 times. They came, they looked, the kids were enthralled, they wanted to go look around, they came back, the grandson bought something, and then they came back around, and the grandma bought for the granddaughter, so it was pretty cool. I think they were the ones that looked at the giant jumbo octo that still didn't sell. Let's see. But yeah, I'm so happy that the fox sold, and I do want to make another one, but who knows. If I do make it again, I think I will use lighter yarn. I think I use Sweet Snuggles Light. Is it Sweet Snuggles? Home Slim Light. And it came out, because the picture, it's a really tiny, I think they used worsted, and it just sits in the palm of your hand. Mine was pretty good size. Let's see. I sold 4 possums, and those were all that I had. Well, I had 4 of the regular gray-black combo possums, and 1 from, I think from my spring craft fair. I made it out of green because it was leftover that I just made it in, let's see. Nope, the green did not sell. That's still there. But I sold 4 regular ones, and that's all. So I need to definitely make for the fall. 1 puppy. That is a tutorial from, I keep saying tutorial, a pattern that I bought off Etsy, and I think it's Toy Story AU. Kim, the Crafty Nomad. Hey Kim, she uses a lot of her patterns. But I sold 1 of those, and yeah, I did 2 hippos, and the round one I think is from Toy Story AU as well, and that sold, so I need to remake that. Snakes. Very popular, but I'll have to go. I have 1. I had 3, and they were very popular. They were looked at. They were just, you know, the kids like grabbing them and doing whatever. I have a rant about that if I remember. So I had 3. I sold 2, and 1 is damaged, which is the rant. The squids, I made the black and white one, and then normal size, I guess, and then I made I had a little leftover yarn, and I made a smaller one, and I ran out of that yarn, so I just used black yarn as the tentacles, and then I used for the same black and white yarn, I used it for the 2 middle tentacles. But this one kid, he was with his grandma, and he just aimed right for that one. He goes, I want that one with the black tentacles. So it was just I made it because I ran out of yarn, and that's the one that drew the kids' attention. So you never know. Stingrays, those mini stingrays, oh, they were so popular, but I only sold 4. I was very surprised at that. And those were like $5 and $8 items because they're different sizes, but I sold 4 of those. Let's see. Whales. I sold 3 whales. I was surprised because I haven't been selling those, but yeah. And one of them was the good, did I do the big one? Yeah, one of them was a good big size. Like most of them are like the mini whales, and I was using the, what is it? The Sweet Snuggles, the big one, or is it the Chenille Home? Anyway, it was the big size. But I sold 3 whales, so I was very happy with that. I do need to make mini whales though, because I think I'm all out. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to record a couple of whale sales. So, all right, let me go get the snake and I'll show you why I'm ranting. So, my rant. I have no problems with people touching stuff. I do keep hand sanitizer readily available, and not just hand sanitizer, but I recommend you get like either bring a pack of baby wipes or go to Dollar Tree and they have the hand wipes, because especially if it's like a festival kind of atmosphere, the kids are gonna come with the sticky hands, and there were a lot of them with sticky hands, or the ones who get face painting done and like it's just all over them. So I'm quick to like tell them, feel free to touch, but make sure your hands aren't sticky. And then I always tell them I have like hand sanitizer. And I had to do that for one mom. Her son had face paint on, but his hands were messy and he kept trying to touch. And I had him do the hand sanitizer to loosen it all up, and then wipes to wipe it, and then they were free to touch. But my rant is the people who let their kids just run amok. Just do whatever, and then they stand there, oh honey, don't do that, oh don't touch her. I mean, go get your kid. And like, oh my god, it drives me nuts. Maybe it's just that we were told don't you dare touch anything, and the see with your eyes and not your or touch with your eyes and not your hand, or something to that effect. Like, just don't go touch, or you know, manage your kid. That's the wrong word, but you know what I mean? Like, they just let them run amok and just do whatever. So much so that, you know, the kids are touching the snake or whatever, and this one girl grabs the snake and she has it like that, and it's just dragging all over. And it took me, it was a minute before I saw her, and it's just like, oh honey kind of thing, and it's just like, So you can see right there, it is very much unusable. It's dirty, and it's not focusing. But this is all discolored. It's all dirty, and the whole it's basically all dirty. Price tag still on there, but yeah, it was dragged, and it's what it's for. If you're gonna drag, buy it, kind of thing. And I wish I had seen them before. I'd be like, but you know, things were picking up, and I just wanted to keep my cool and just, you know, not make a scene. But I was so pissed. Yeah, so unusable. I am going to toss it in the wash in like a mesh bag to see how it holds up and see what it turns out like, because I glue the eyes as well, especially since they're so small. I want to see what it does in the wash, so it'll be a test. But all in all, it was a good craft fair. It started off slow, and that's probably gonna cut off on me because I'm past the 24-minute mark already. But it's it was a good fair. I'm gonna give it another shot next year, depending. The weather held up. It was warm. It was supposed to rain, and yep. Anyway, after Minion 1 left, he texted me and said that it was raining at home because we were only like 10 minutes away, and it was coming down pretty hard there, but all we got was the sky was blue, and all of a sudden it wasn't, and we just got tiny sprinkles, thankfully, because I forgot to bring my sides because it was supposed to be a nice day anyway, so I didn't bother. But it totally passed over, and I was thankful for that, and the day turned out well. I did buy something from my neighbor. They did, she did some potteries with plants and different things, and then the husband did wood turning, like he used like scrap woods, and he made platters and all different bowls and things like that, but he also incorporates resin in there. Mine's put away, but we did get a couple of gusts of wind which knocked some stuff over, and I went to pick it up between us, and standing up I bumped his table and things fell, and I was like, oh my god, because I think the cheapest thing on his table is like $45. I'm like, I can't afford to pay for that. But thankfully it was all set, so I bought something. One, I felt obligated, but two, it was really pretty. It's food safe. It's just something you can't submerge in water or whatever. And he also gave like a little wax or whatever to apply to it. But all in all, it was a good time. When Minion 1 and Minion 3 got there, I had them go get me something to eat, because normally I would bring my snacks, but I wasn't prepared. And thankfully he was there, because when I'm by myself, I don't usually get to go to get food, unless it's one of the fairs where they have helpers who sit at your table or whatever while you go do that. So it was a good day. I'm going to give it another shot next year, and yeah, because around that time of year I'm in amigurumi mode, so that'll be good. But all in all, 2 successful spring craft fairs, and I have a restock order at a wholesale restock order for the store that I am halfway done with, and yeah, let me go get a couple of them. So I am making, like I said, my octos and my long and my octo twos, my octo and octo twos. She wanted bright colors for, you know, spring, summer, well past spring, but for summer. So I bought Premier Sweet Roll Vivid when they were having a sale, I think last year sometime, and they've just been sitting there, and I'm like, oh, when she said she wanted bright colors, I'm like, oh, perfect, I have just the yarn. So it's that's the yarn that I'm using, and I bought it in 3 different colors. So I think, excuse me, these are one colorway. No, 2 different colorways. Anyway, but look, it's yeah, basically it's like rainbowish colors, the yarn. But I like I said, I brought the one with the black in there with the bright colors, and then another one with bright colors, and one with like fallish kind of bright colors. But anyway, I love these, the pinks and oranges together. So I just do it as it comes out. So she gets a variety. There are, and these are the long ones. So look at that. That's just weird. I'm not even color controlling. When I finished these, there was a small ball left, so I'm using that to just add if I need some more color or something different. I use it for the tentacles. So yeah, there's this. Oh, and then I love putting this type of flower on there. So there's that one. So I have to do 8 of each, and I think I have 5 of this, so I have 3 more to go, but I have all 8 of these done. And not all of them have like lashes or anything. This one just has eyebrows and a quirky smile, and then eyebrows. So yeah, just however it comes out. And it's funny, it's the same cake. Like, yeah, these are in cakes, and it's the same cake, but the different colorways, the dyes really do a number on the different dyes do a number on the thickness of the yarn, because some of them are thick, and some of them are, you know, almost bordering on a number 3, like a light 4. Like this is a definitely a 4, but some of the colorways get so thin, especially the dark ones, where it gets to the purple, and it's definitely thinner, so it changes the whole shape. Like these are the same what do you call it, number of rows. I may have done like a different decrease, but not so much here, and it just changes the shape of it just because of the yarn. But too cute. Oh, and Minion 2 is about to come down, so I'm gonna say bye. Oops. Oh, somebody else just came. So, all right. No, he's checking the mail. That's why. Okay.